Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for showing up again. If you're a returning subscriber and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jane. I live in the UK, and on this channel I try my best to share information that will be helpful to you if you're coming to the UK, and if you're already living in the UK. You'll also find relevant information if you're raising kids in the UK. Okay, so in this video, guys, I'm just going to touch on something that is very important if you work in the UK. So you guys know that in this season or this time, everybody is thinking about different ways to make more money, different ways to increase their earnings, different ways to just, be comfortable in the coming year. And I just wanted to bring this here at this time because I feel like as you're planning towards increasing your earnings, you also should have an idea of how much that you're actually going to be taking back home, which is why I'm bringing this calculation here. I'm going to be talking about the deductions that happen in the UK. So if you work in the UK, there are some deductions that happen on your pay slip. Some people already understand this, but some do not, especially people who are just coming in. Even people who have been here for a while, some still don't understand the numbers, what is happening in their pay slip. So I'm going to try my best to explain this to you in the simplest way possible, and hopefully you will understand how much you earn and how much actually comes into your pocket or actually goes home with you, so to say. Okay, now there's something I need to mention. There are some deductions that are compulsory in the UK. There are two of them actually. There are three, but two are mandatory while the third one is optional. Now the first one is your income tax. That one is compulsory. As long as you earn more than a certain amount, you will pay income tax. The other one is your national insurance deductions, which is what we call our NI contribution or NI deductions. Yeah. And then the third one, this is the optional one, is your pensions contribution. Now the reason why this is optional is you can opt out of it. Even if you're partaking in the pension contribution, this money doesn't come to you now. You get a hold of this money much later in life. But the thing about the pension contribution is that you contribute a certain amount and your employer contributes a certain amount. But I'm not going to go into pensions contribution. I'm going to focus on the other two mandatory ones, which is your income tax deductions and your NI deductions. Okay, from this chart you can see that if you earn from 0 to, I don't know if you earn 0, but if your income is between 0 to 12,570, you will pay no income tax. Like, that is free. If you earn anything below this amount, no tax will be on your payslip. No tax should be on your payslip. Okay, but if you earn from 12,571 to 50,270, you get to pay 20% as income tax. Now from this chart you can also see that if you earn above 50,270 to 150, you're going to pay 40%, and then if you earn above that, you're going to pay 45%. So this is the chart for your income tax. So you should know by now where your money falls. A lot of people that I know fall into the 20% income tax rate. So I'm going to use that for our calculation. Before we go into that calculation, let me also tell you about the other deduction, which is your national insurance deduction. Now here is the chart for this one. If you also earn below 12,570, you will pay no NI contribution. Okay, so for both taxes, if you earn below 12,570, nothing should be deducted from your payslip. If you see a deduction and you earn lower than this, you need to ask for a refund. Talking about refund will be in another video, so I'll just concentrate on the calculation in this video. Okay, now if you earn above 12,570, talking about the NI contribution, now you're going to pay 12%. Now hold on, a lot of people might say this is wrong. The one that they know is 13.25, but let me explain. There is a drop in this value because last year it was 13.25, and this is because they explained that the extra 1.25 on that figure is going to NHS, but they've dropped it back from November 2022. So if you're doing this calculation now, you'll be paying 12%. Okay, now if you earn higher than 50,000, that, like you can see from the screen, you're going to pay 2%. Do not ask me why the difference is so much, 2% and 12%. I don't know, but I will just go ahead and give you guys a practical example of this calculation so that you have an idea. Okay, now we're going to use the salary of a HCA who is just new into the system, and we're going to use the minimum amount for sponsorship, which is your 20,480. So I'm going to use this as an example so that if your salary is this, you can have an understanding or an estimation of what your deductions will be for the month, for the week, or whenever you are paid. Okay, now let's just get straight to the calculation. Guys, bring out your calculator so that you can understand this with me, but I'll also put the figures on the screen for better understanding. Okay, so if you earn 20,480, right, how this is calculated is that first of all they're going to take out that 12,570 from your salary. So it is not the entire amount that you earn that will be taxed. So if you're going ahead to say, oh, 20% of my entire salary is my tax, that is wrong. That is not how the calculation is done. So you first of all take out 12,570 from whatever you earn. In this case, we're taking it off from 20,480. Guys, let me just look at I'll be looking down because I already did the calculation, and then I'll also put it on the screen so that you guys can understand what I'm saying. Now if you take out 12,570 from 20,480, you will get 7,910 pounds. This amount, 7,910 pounds, is what is going to be taxed. Now you know that this amount falls into the threshold of 20%. So your annual salary, which is 20,480, falls into the second category where the income tax is 20%. So we're going to be calculating 20% of 7,910 to get your income tax. Now if you do this calculation, which is 7,910 multiplied by 0.20. Now for people who are not good in math, please don't go ahead and just say multiply by 20. 20% is 0.20, so keep that in mind when you're doing your own calculation. You will get 1,582 as the 20% of this figure. Okay, now keep that aside. Let's go to the NI contribution, which is a national insurance contribution. Now I also mentioned that for this category you're going to be paying 12%. So what is 12% of 7,910? Guys, I know that with the figures flying around you might get confused, but I'm going to put this on the screen like I mentioned, and I hope that this helps you in understanding. Now the figure that you get when you multiply 7,910 by 12% is 949 pounds. Approximately. Okay, now this is going to be your NI deduction, while 1,582 is going to be your income tax deduction. Now you have to add these two to get the total deduction that you're going to have from that your salary. Okay, now if you add these two, you're going to have 2,531 pounds approximately. So if you're a HCA and you're earning 20,480 pounds, your total deduction is going to be 2,531 pounds approximately. Now 20,480 pounds minus 2,531 pounds is going to take you to 17,949 pounds approximately. So this figure, 17,949, is what you're going to take home annually, right? So if you're paid weekly or you're paid monthly, you have to further divide this. Okay, so from your 17,949, let's say you're paid monthly, you divide this by 12 because there are 12 months in the year. Okay, you will get 1,496 pounds approximately. This is going to be your monthly salary. Have this calculation in your mind. Even if your annual salary is above the figure that I used in this calculation, just impute that and follow these steps to get what yours is. Okay, so that is how your deductions for the month happen. Now if you're doing your pension contribution, this money is going to be lower. Yes, it is going to be lower. This is why some people get like extra shifts and, you know, like here and there hustle, maybe side hustles to complement their salary, because when these deductions are done or after these deductions are done, your take home isn't so much. Now if you're in the UK and you maybe came here with your dependents, you know that this money, okay. Now the question on a lot of minds, I'm sure, is how do you survive on this salary, especially if you have dependents? I'm going to give you guys a practical example in my next video. So if you have stayed till now, please like this video now. Just click on the thumbs up icon to like this video now, and turn on your notifications, because the next video I'm going to be posting is going to talk about how you can survive in the UK on a HCA salary even if you have dependents. We're going to share a practical example and do like budgeting that is achievable so that people can have an idea on how to plan their money. Okay, even people who have like large salaries, right, after deductions sometimes your money drops a lot, but it's just nice to have an estimation of this so that whatever plans you're making, you can have an idea of how much you're actually going to have, and this will help you better. Okay, yeah guys, so that's just what I wanted to put in this video. I hope that it is helpful. Please share this video with your friends and loved ones, especially the ones who just came into the UK and don't have an idea on how to calculate this. There are also numerous apps to do this calculation. If you even go on Google and you put like income tax calculation, there are some apps that will pop up. There are some people that have done some work on this, so you might find something that will help you if you don't want to do this yourself. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye guys.